And welcome back to Southern California, the Toyota Speedway at Irwindale. The late model race just winding down. It was Sean Woodside who was able to take victory after 50 laps of hard-fought racing. Hand out the window even as he crossed the stripe. Checkered flag. Nick Janitis finishing that one up in second. Sean Woodside's turn to celebrate. Big smile on his face.
Absolutely.
That was the precursor to what is about to take place, and that is the big show. 225 laps for the NASCAR All-Star Showdown, and it is an All-Star Showdown. One of the biggest stars tonight will be one that hasn't run in the NASCAR Series yet, and that's Travis Pastrana, making a big name for himself in action sports, running rally cars, motorcycles, X Games. And we have followed him through his progression to move into the NASCAR world, even to his first test at New Smyrna. That took place a couple weeks back.
We're not under any pressure to go out and turn any fast speeds or anything like that. We're just going to concentrate on getting him comfortable and going through it step by step. Then we'll worry about trying to pick up speed and stuff like that.
Be your own judge. You know what the hell you're doing. You know how to drive race cars. And none of that backflip stuff, so we're good.
No barrel rolls, no 360s, no backflips. Gotcha.
You know, he's not overcorrecting it.
Yeah, it just looks like he got into yaw.
I don't even know what yaw.
Yaw is just sideways.
I thought that was like, oh, y'all. Well, it's actually gone a lot better than I've expected for my first day, but definitely figuring out what changes make the car feel differently. Unfortunately, they don't affect the time, so have to figure out how to go faster still. Oh, good times. Not like times as in lap times, but times in fun.
A lot of experience also behind Travis Pastrana in this endeavor. Michael Waltrip, a part of the Pastrana-Waltrip Racing, and we saw Mike Griechi there helping out, crew chief for this team.
You know, Mike Griechi was the crew chief for Ryan Truex, who won the last two K&N Pro Series East Division Championship. Was also Ryan's older brother Martin Truex Jr.'s crew chief. So long history, great experience there. Well, do want to mention that Gary Bechtel, one of the owners of this team, was going to be here this evening. Unfortunately, there was an illness in the family, and he's not able to be here as we see Travis drive his car to stage it on the racetrack. So we want to wish Gary and his family well, and we miss him. But I'll tell you, Travis has been just such a delight to be around. We spent some time with him over the weekend, and talking to Mike Griechi even before we got here, I said, "How's he looking?" He said, "I'm telling you, he really catches on quick." That test at New Smyrna, that was the first time he'd ever been in any kind of vehicle like this. Mike said he took his time. He started out slow. By the end of the test, he was running really consistent lap times and good lap times. Same thing when they came out here a week or so ago to do a test here. First day, he worked on just getting his rhythm. Second day, he came in and ran some good laps, and he did yesterday as well.
Yeah, yesterday was the first time that Travis Pastrana was ever on a racetrack with other race cars in the first and second practices. And he's got actually a very good coach that's helping him out in Matt Crafton, who has had success in the Camping World Truck Series. And he's coaching right now Travis Pastrana. We've heard a little bit from the two of them.
Matt's been absolutely awesome, man. It's really good, especially getting him in the car during the test sessions, and we can map, you know, how hard he's braking, where he's braking, and you know, I found out that I'm just usually just over braking the car, slowing it down, like come in, maybe brake later, but I'm driving in like a motorcycle, like a rally car, where you want to just get it in, get it turned. I get it in, get it turned, and then I'm like, I got a lot of turn to go. So he just keeps saying roll speed, and been dreaming that actually here recently. That's all he's been telling me. So we'll see what happens.
See what happens. Well, it was fun to talk with him as well, because he has so many followers and fans that are anticipating this start, and they've got high expectations because he has set the bar so high with everything else he's been involved with. And he said, I hope they realize that this is not easy. This is absolutely one of the more difficult things I've ever tried to take on. And so the fans have got to realize that I probably am not going to come out and be able to win the first race I've ever, started in.
And those of us that have done this, we want people to think it's very difficult and challenging because, pretty much we do.
Yeah.
We do think it's that way. And there's no doubt in my mind that Travis Pastrana will be successful in this endeavor. Again, it may not be tonight, but I think but his attitude is so good. All he wants to do right now is run all the laps and get some experience. And I think with that attitude, he can't help but be a success.
We're taking a look at where the spotters stand here at Toyota Speedway at Irwindale. They will be talking to the drivers, and this will be really one of the first times that Travis Pastrana will have a spotter telling him inside, outside, because he's never been involved in a NASCAR race.
Yeah. And it was really weird, too, in practice for him because the cars enter the racetrack over in turn 3. The cars that enter the racetrack coming out of the garage are basically in the groove when they get to turn number 3, so you have to avoid them. There's his crew chief, Mike Greach, we talked about with all that experience talking to him. Jim, what's going on down there with that team?
Well, as Travis pulled on the racetrack, I happened to tune into his channel. They were going through the radio check. Hey, Matt, you hear us? Matt Crafton, the spotter. No response. They're having radio issues. So I imagine as much as Travis Pastrana has done a lot of things by the seat of the pants, I imagine 225 laps here is not his idea of doing it alone. Mike Ricci and Matt Crafton continue to discuss things. Matt's hopefully getting to talk to his driver as he's the driver coach for 2011 for Pastrana. Ricci continues to stand at the door trying to get this communication clear for his driver and team.
Grand Marshal standing there in front of the 99. That's Michael Waltrip.
What a great program that MWR and Travis Pastrana, as well as the Bechtel organization, have put together. There's Michael telling his crew chief, Mike Greachy, good luck. And Michael's our Grand Marshal for this event here.
He said he was going to hum the command. I said, are you going to sing the command? You going to scream it? And he goes, I think I'll hum it. We'll find out when we come back. They're all in line. The big event about to take place at Toyota Speedway at Irwindale. Stay with us. In 2004, David Gilliland started on the pole and led 91 laps before the break at lap 100. The cars were inverted before the second segment, pushing Mike Johnson to the front and forcing Gilliland to restart 8th. After dominating the first segment, Gilliland got up in a wreck early in the second segment. Austin Cameron, 2003 winner, was also involved. And Mike Johnson was able to hold on to the lead for the final 50 laps and get that win. That was 2004. It's 2011. Who will experience euphoria at the end of this race? 225 laps set for this 40-car field. Drivers are all strapped in, waiting for the command to fire engines. A great crowd on hand to witness this event.
Great field of cars, too. There's some nice quality equipment down there on that racetrack.
This being the 8th running of the NASCAR Toyota All-Star Showdown. I'm sure that will be on Twitter, by the way, at some point in time. There's your Grand Marshal for tonight's events, Michael Waltrip. Michael Waltrip celebrating his 10th anniversary of winning the Daytona 500.
For the first time. First of two times. Will attempt to make his 25th consecutive Daytona 500 here in a couple weeks.
You know, just moments ago, we've been listening in on some of the drivers' radio, and we heard Travis Pastrana talking with Mike Greachy and Matt Crafton. Listen to what was said.
Got 5 more minutes to sit there, Travis, all nerved up and stuff. You all right? I'll be just fine. Thank you very much, Greachy. Well, Matt must have been in the seats last. Balls are a little tight in there. I don't know. I think someone must have tightened up that front strap a little.
Are you recording his radio?
We were, as a matter of fact. Listening in to Travis Pastrana and some of the team communications. He seems lighthearted right now as he's getting ready to start his NASCAR career. Let's go to Dick Berggren.
With Michael Waltrip, the Grand Marshal today. Are you having a good time?
I am. I love this. This is one of the
favorite tracks of mine across the whole country. Saturday night racing, what a great crowd. Look, Dick, I mean, the stands are packed. There's so much enthusiasm, you can just feel it. I love it.
Tell us about Pastrana. You are partners with him on this hot rod.
He is so fun. I just love him. I mean, he's so passionate about racing a car, plus he's so green. He doesn't know. He's just happy, and he wants to go fast. And they said yesterday in race practice, exactly that's what he was. That boost car was fast, and he's having fun.
Who's going to win tonight?
I like Greg Pursley because he's old like me, but I promised my brother I'd say hi to him. He's back in Franklin, Tennessee. Jessica got married. Congratulations, and boogity, 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 Daryl.
Thank you. Enjoy yourself tonight.
I am. Thank you.
I hope he gets the words right for the command.
He'll get it right.
There was a little hesitancy on the boogity, boogity, boogity there. Again, 40 cars will start this event. It's 3 segments. The first segment, 100 laps. They will take a 10-minute intermission, a break where they can change tires, they can add fuel, they can make adjustments to the car. They can't open the hood or the deck lid.
Everything they can do on a normal pit stop is what they can do during that break.
They'll go another 100 lap segment, and then it'll all end up with a 25 lap shootout. But to get things started, we need to fire the engines.
Race fans, please welcome your 2-time Daytona 500 champion and TV broadcast star, Mr. Michael Waltrip, as he has the most famous words in all of motorsports.
Let's get the Toyota All-Star Challenge underway. What do you say? Gentlemen, start your engines!
40 cars all coming to life. The anticipation high for not only Travis Pastrana, but also how about Derek Thorne? Will start on the pole and have that yellow rookie stripe on the back of his race car.
Derek Thorne finished 4th here last year in the super late model race. It got him this opportunity.
625 horsepower coming to life out of all of these race cars.
5 different countries represented in this field here tonight.
Great story from Lucas Lassier in the 81. He had to fight his way in the last chance qualifying race last night and just got in. We take a look at our starting grid. Derek Thorne, Greg Pursley making up row number 1. Sean Case last night told us that he was going to take the trophy home no matter what.
Great run for Brendan Newberry in the 4th position. Max Gresham, 2-time winner last year in the East Series, qualifies in the 6th spot.
Andrew Ranger will start in the 8th position. He won in both the East and the West Series last year.
There's David Mayhew. He won the combination race, or the West portion of the combination race, in Iowa last year.
3-time West Series champion Eric Holmes wants this title more than anything else. He will start 11th.
Back in 13th, Darrell Wallace Jr., the youngest ever winner in the East Series. He won last year at 16 years old.
Locked into the field early was DJ Kennington after he won the Canadian Tire Championship in 2010.
How about Steve Wallace starting back in the 16th spot? In a couple weeks, he will start his first ever Daytona 500.
Great event for the Wallace family. Travis Pastrana will start in the 20th position in that number 99, making his NASCAR debut.
There's Paul Araka. 3 semesters to go to graduate at Duke University. He starts back in the 24th spot. He won last year at Roseville, California.
Herman Quiroga in the number 2 will start behind him. There's 31 through 40.
There's from Brazil, Miguel Paludo will run a full season this year in the Camping World Truck Series.
And from France, Lucas Lassier in the 81 will start 39. Field starting to make their way around this half-mile racetrack. It is 225 laps, just over 112 miles.